I don't care anymore. I'm too tired to care.
Time to go.
Hey, what are they doing over there?
Stuff.
You still chilling over there?
They're over there playing with the DX9 Hulky and Tyrant.
Who? Where?
I'm messing with you guys.
Are you best?
No, man, I think they're playing Carnival.
Put this shit in it. You can't put her finger in the trigger. It won't do right. That's bullshit.
Is anybody watching me while I'm watching this? No, it's alright. I like it.
Hey, and the
Friends
fucking,
come in, this is bullshit.
the story kept developing. You know what I'm saying? It grew, it brought you in. You guys made the point before about like G1 cartoon and shit like that, right?
Watch Beastwars a few episodes.
Like that, bruh.
I love Beast Wars.
He hates Beast Wars.
Why?
That's a good storyline.
Why do you hate it?
hate Beast Wars?
Because
It's a good storyline,
I can give you a few reasons why I hate Beast Wars.
The
I'm gonna start
animation.
with this one. No. That's not the animation. Why the fuck do I want to see robots turn into animals? Like flesh and shit.
Because they needed to protect them from the raw energon of the atmosphere.
Bullshit. Fuck all that bullshit. Why the fuck would a robot turn into something with flesh on it? Much less a fucking mouse.
Because it's like gory and shit. Like in reality, picture them like the
Picture.
fucking raw meat.
But think about it, okay? So the robot panels come apart.
And they
right?
they eat real shit.
Yeah, but the robot panels come apart. Alright, now you got skin, okay? Your robot panels come apart. This shit cuts in half and opens up.
Yeah.
How the fuck does the blood and shit not flow off? What the hell?
I think it would in reality. I think it would be a gore fest every
Yeah,
time.
like you're talking about shit just exploding.
Yeah,
like,
awesome.
what is the fuck? Give me one of those fucked up characters. I don't even know their fucking names. Like the little mouse, Rat Trap, Metalized, and some shit, and he transforms, and his fucking skin, and his fucking skin just explodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Actually, that would be because he's
stupid.
Yes.
I can't.
It's amazing one of
What
the
about
best.
Rhinox? Like
The part I love the most about Beast Wars is the voice work. When you had David Case in there going, yes, Megatron is not a big fan.
I did like it.
No.
Yeah.
And then you had Watchmen go, oh, husband.
I fucking.
Actually, just picked him up today.
I hate
Was it
Watchmen.
really? That's a nice
Oh,
one.
really?
$35.
Wow.
I hate Watchmen, but I love the
Less
Megatron
than
voice, but it sounds like he's going to suck a
Beautiful.
dick.
In the last like.
It sounds like he's got playing.
I told him 35. I should have my money.
Either that or he's wearing a really nice pair of
love
loafers.
it. I love
You know what I'm saying?
What?
Either that or he's wearing a really nice pair of loafers.
Oh,
It just sounds.
These are
cool.
Yeah, I tried,
My
man.
feet were slim.
I tried, dude. I tried, but I just can't. I can't.
I think
You know what I
is
think?
mine.
You know what I
It's so
think
bad.
sold a lot of people on Beast Wars. You know, that made them fall in love with it after the fact. Was Dinobot. I mean, it was just
He was the best character.
yeah,
ever.
and
Dude, watch it and just focus on
The
him for a
storyline
while.
is really good. That's one of the best storylines
I tried
of
that
this
shit. I got to like episode 3. I just couldn't do
Give
it.
him a half
Watch.
a jar of moonshine and sit him down in front of
you need
him.
to watch. What was that
Give me,
episode?
like,
The story of
I gotta
Hero,
smoke
what's it
like some
called?
good, California Kush to sit there and go in front of that shit. I cannot. do it.
Dinobot.
And I don't even smoke anymore. I can't do that shit.
Dinobot was.
Anybody want to do the Clockwork Orange on Mickey's and what?
Yeah, Raven.
No, the part where they like bug his eyes.
I like how Rob went
Rape
straight to
them.
rape. I went straight to rape.
He's all for that. Oh, I'm all over that.
Beast Wars was
For you
good. I
guys?
think Beast Wars was the best as far as storylines. I think was probably one of the better ones.
It didn't
Okay, he's
the
a
animation aged about as well as like a straight up 1950s hooker going to a freaking pimp festival 2 years ago. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
But the storyline was good. I liked it.
Hard to watch, but the voice acting and the stories are good.
I mean, Dinobot's a Predacon, and he becomes a Maximal, but he realizes I'm still a fucking Predacon, and he's like, I'm a Predacon. I fucking hate you.
It kind of had
Just watch that little bit.
I watched fucking Cody. I cannot fucking do it.
So accepting that now,
Trash, man.
coming back and accepting he's not a Maximal. He's a
I'm really
Predacon.
jealous of that.
Accepting that.
He
He sacrificed himself. You know, and it was like yours, like brought tears.
When the
That's an awesome story.
Yeah.
I love that
when the
story.
motherfuckers get ready to transform, and they say, maximize, whatever.
Like, why would you need a code word?
Yeah,
Like, I'm not like, take a shit.
Like, I just can't.
Eat my sandwich.
Now, I've been told.
But wouldn't it be more fun if we did that? Start doing that tomorrow during breakfast. Eggs.
I've been told if you continue to watch all of the episodes, it gets a lot better. But I just, I can't.
A lot of people are like that. I just can't watch Beastwars.
That shit, man, is so fucking
sick.
ass.
And then I can move on to the.
I mean, like it's ass. It's like stripper.
I think you're afraid that you're gonna like it. You're afraid you're gonna like it,
Yeah.
and
You didn't like anime,
You're gonna get in on it,
Yeah, right.
but you don't get with it, man. Third party's gonna come out with some Beast Wars.
And I'm so
soon.
depressed about that.
No,
You don't get
You know what
You don't
happens
get Lee
when
Nice?
one.
Wait, third party Beast Wars?
Lee Nice
You
is
imagine
totally
that?
Yes.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
It does something.
Lee Nice is totally
I
different.
feel so broke.
No.
I did
It's
pick
big
this up
stuff.
though.
What
One of
happened?
the most obscure Beast Wars things you'd see. The volcano.
Is that the rabbit?
Oh wow.
No, that's the volcano.
I have Snapper or Snappy. What's his name? Is it?
You mean the cool version of Thumper? Yes. I know.
What was it?
What were you saying?
I don't know.
Snapper?
Vicky, you're saying something.
What is it?
I was giving you guys a chance to I don't know. I'm fucking drunk. So,
It's crazy.
What the hell is this? Oh, the armadillo. I have the armadillo.
And the
What were we talking about?
turtle.
I don't know.
you're right, that's right.
No, no, you watch
Third party
Beast Wars.
Third party Beast Wars is where you're at.
Oh yeah, because okay, so once a third, you know how it goes. Once one third party company does it, well, first of all,
Takara's doing.
no. Let me just say this before we go any further. Leonidas is the shit.
Yeah.
Leonidas is the shit.
Absolute
He
garbage.
That's absolutely Beast Wars.
Absolute fucking trash. Is that what that figure is?
Shit,
Perfect Effect is they're nothing more than just showing bring the light to me that they don't give two shits about their customers. I broke a Mastermind Creations figure, my Hexatron, one of the sword handles. Those guys went out of the way to send me not one piece, but two replacement pieces in case the other one went in the near future.
190.
Perfect Effect does nothing but read their Facebook messages, does not reply. Will not reply back to Facebook posts you make on their fan page because they know they fucked up with that hunk of shit. I'm not the only guy who had a problem with his fucking wrist, with his biceps swivel. There are people that have snapped shoulders right off and heads right off the freaking body. The torso snapped in half because of how poorly executed that figure was. $150 wasted.
No, but Oscar.
Wasted.
And that's Oscar's last time on the camera.
That figure bonds with crazy
It's
glue
called
like
Don't
nothing
Manhandle
you've
It.
ever imagined. Like,
It's like all those people
so
that
I broke that guy
gutters
4
by
times
ripping
already.
clean out the waist.
yes.
Yeah, he comes apart all day.
No, I broke him.
I got a gunner. I opened him up
broke.
out of the
Like,
box.
I broke a piece of his
right
mane
Really?
off. I broke his tail twice, and I
I'll
broke a piece
contact
on his back. You know how he had? No, I broke his tail, and then I was trying to fix
out of the
it.
box.
While trying to fix it, I broke it again.
Now everybody's broken his tail in all fairness.
Wow.
No, but he's like the only thing I've ever seen that has like real kibble, true kibble. You broke my heart. Real kibble is like.
What the fuck are you doing with your toys, Robert?
He has true kibble. You should have listened to the show.
They go up his ass.
He has.
Yeah, the Legends toys.
That's the thing. That's his joke.
He has kibble that just kibbles. It doesn't. It's not part of the transformation or anything. It's kind of funny. It just moves around and doesn't do anything. And his back had something like that. I was pulling on it. I thought it was part of the transformation, and I just fucking ripped it out. And it was just a panel that they glued in. I was like, okay. So I glued that back on. And I was trying to manipulate his mane. I ripped off a piece of his mane.
My theory about Leonidas is that he's not really a transformer in
No,
the
he's a
traditional
Zoid.
sense that. Yeah, he's a fucking Zoid, dude.
But he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
And I'm getting the
beautiful
If you leave
uniform.
the visor up, he's not a Zoid.
Wasn't there another comparison like
Can we all just sit back and agree that the best kibble former currently is DX9 Carry?
A man after my own heart.
Really?
Like the entire
wanna
shell
take that one?
of the mode turns into the back.
Carrie for what he is awesome. Beautiful toy. And you know I love some Carrie. I love me some Carrie. If Carrie was a man, I'd make love to him. Carrie's fucking hot, dog. Carrie's fucking hot.
I bought him today.
Paul's gonna come in with some wings later.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Mickey, what's going on?
the thing is, kibble, right? If it's something that collapses into a backpack, does it count as kibble?
I don't know, but it's proof that you can take kibble and effectively make it go away.
I've
Then it's
learned
not kibble.
from my experience the most definitive way to describe what kibble truly is looking at the Beast Wars toys like Mock Kick. That is kibble.
What the fuck is Mock Kick?
Mock Kick is a horse transformer.
The Nautilus.
This is the fucking shit. Why the fuck is there a
There's a
horse
giraffe.
transformer?
Here's what'll blow your mind. My
Giraffe.
wife works for
Giraffe.
horses
Hey,
full time.
why is there not
So-
a chicken beast war? I want one of those.
There is. It's called
No, there is.
These boys
It's Hawk
right now.
Shot.
Supercut.
It's called
Hawk
Super
Shot?
Cup.
that up.
No, these white missiles.
Cock shot? Go,
I'm
please
just
continue. Roger.
So my wife works for horses.
I caught that like right away.
So-
Like, what?
I was like, no, my thought was
Oscar's
did that
fucking
just come out of his
talking.
mouth?
Oscar's fucking talking. Go.
So I bought my wife the Mock Kick 2-pack from the Beast Wars Neo line, or Beast Wars 2, I forget it. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the instructions, and this is when I'm going to shout out Bolt Matrix, because he's the only reviewer I know that did Mock Kick and does a step-by-step transformation from basically from the horse to the toy to the robot, and then the robot back into the horse. And I sat there, I watched that whole video, and that thing is a nightmare. Like, it's no one's fucking business. And no pun intended with the mirror. The whole fact is, like, this is the only transformer I gave my wife. And she's like, oh my god, it's a horsey, it's so cute. Make him a robot. I'm like, alright, look, here's the instructions. Why don't you try that out yourself? It took her, like, the better part of, like, 2 hours for 3 days straight. So that's 2 hours a night of her time dedicated to make that thing a robot. And then when she went to go make him back into a horse, like his waist is on a ball joint, pop right in half. She's like, I think I should leave him like this. That's nice, Dave.
Yeah, that's
They'll never
why-
buy me shit like that again.
That's why we don't need Beast Wars transforming horses and shit to robots.
No,
and shit.
man.
They had a giraffe.
I got the giraffe.
Oh my god, why
I
the
got
fuck
some.
would any
Hey,
robot
hey,
want to turn
Long
into
Rack
a
is
fucking...
awesome.
What's his name?
Long Rack.
Long rack.
You can
Long
use-
rack. They did
You can
a.
use his tongue as a weapon.
They did a figure out
No,
based on this mold right here.
Like that far.
Sponsored by Hooters.
Okay.
And he can hold
So
the rabbit as a
fucking...
gun.
And a buffalo. They got a buffalo.
So the more that meets the eye
It's a rabbit.
cartoon,
Turns into
the
a
more that
gun
meets the eye
for him.
cartoon, they have motherfuckers turning into deer. You know what I'm saying? Turning into bulls and shit. They walking around at bulls.
A
And,
moose.
yeah, all that dumb shit.
Do you have the
Crabs.
Predacons?
There's a tractor moose.
Do you have the Predacons?
Yeah, fucking those Predacons?
Those are the same goddamn concept.
Fuck, shit's stupid. So those are basically fucking Beast Wars, I guess. So,
Yeah, Steeljaw. He's the leader, I
some
guess,
shit.
and everything.
Now I do like the fucking wolf, but they didn't make a good fucking figure for him.
Steeljaw. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was a fucking stupid toy.
So
Yeah.
you guys that like Beast Wars, what do you think about these guys?
I think Thunderhoof is fucking stupid. I'm not sure
They're
what
close to
Fracture's
Beast Wars. What are you talking
They're
about?
fucking Beast
Freaking
Wars.
tractor.
The shit turns to a fucking deer.
No, it doesn't.
The fucking turns to a fucking deer.
It's basically
and
it's basically a
fucking
tractor with deer horns.
Yeah, what
dude.
the
It
fuck
looks
is
stupid.
that?
How much alcohol have you had?
I've had enough to be belligerent about some bullshit. That's some bullshit, dude.
I always thought it came down to writing. Honestly, the big difference is the writing. It's the
So you
story
guys
behind
swear
it.
by this Beast Wars. You guys really believe that this Beast Wars...
If you
Beast
wa-
Wars
if you
2
watch Dragon Ball Z,
honestly, is
yes.
kinda crap.
do you like the character of
The
Vegeta?
writing.
Huh?
I didn't even
You
watch
like the
it.
character
It's
of
so
Vegeta?
confusing
Vegeta,
to watch.
my favorite
It's
character.
like-
Okay.
Straight out.
Which is not surprising. A lot of people like Vegeta. I have dubbed this complex called the Vegeta complex when it comes to cartoons.
Okay.
It's basically when the villain, whether in the case of Dinobot, which is he's kind of a villain, but then he wants to be a good guy. It's where he becomes the anti-hero. I call it the Vegeta complex. Whereas all the Maximals are like, hey, high five, we stopped Megatron. Dinobot's like, nah, I ain't doing shit.
Matt reached out for the high five. That was so cool.
High five, buddy.
I'm so white.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
But, and it's like Dinobot is the character that stood out at a time where that wasn't a regular thing. What that was something unique. So everyone's like, oh, everyone loves Dinobot. Everyone wants to scream terrorize, And then they released that fucking horrific figure of him.
That was like straight ass garbage.
Oh, yeah, it was. And they did a white Grimlock repaint with gold plastic in it for the hip and ball joints. So that just snapped
I had
it
that
off.
one,
Oh, God.
You know
Some
what
of
I
those-
think? Missed me with the whole Beast Wars thing. In all fairness, like all jokes aside, I think that when it first came around, I was still trying to, I guess, fit it into G1. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't find
How old was you when the Beast Wars came out? It was like 96, probably.
Well, I'm like 38, so.
So yeah, so we were teenagers.
You were
I mean,
39 last night. Are you just trying to age yourself down as the convention goes on?
I know my age, fucker.
So you know, with Beast Wars, you know, you got, you know, we were teenagers. You know, so we was out of it. You know,
well, my first time seeing Beast Wars, I was in Iraq when I was watching DVDs or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, you served?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for your service. Matt served too.
Yes, you did, sir.
Thug Life.
Yes, you did. Thank you for your
Yeah.
service.
Where'd you
Oh, that's hot.
Huh?
What branch?
I was in the Army.
Me too.
Yeah.
My dad was in there.
I was a cook.
Hey, nothing wrong with cooking.
Yeah, we could. We could.
Me and Robert and I didn't serve.
We could have fucked up some people, man.
And there's two MOSs in the military you don't fuck with. Cooks and motherfucking supply.
You know what? At the end of the day,
Yes.
when
Never
the shit
supply,
hits the
yeah.
fan, everyone grabs a rifle.
We're somebody's best friend out in the field. Now back in the rear, we wasn't.
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
field,
You weren't
we had a
friends
bunch of friends.
when he was back in your rear?
Whatever.
That means sex.
He knows what I mean.
But I mean, I try to put it in place what you want. So I found myself like, well, okay, so the Dinobot cat or whatever, right? I'm like, Dinobot must be a fake ass Grimlock or some shit like that. I just and
I thought the same thing when I first watched the show. When I first watched the show, I was like maybe 16 years old, 17. Yeah. And it wasn't like, you know, oh, this show's on, I'm going to catch it. It was like one of those nights where it's like, I woke up at 6 a.m. for school, and it's like, I can't go back to sleep. I turn on the TV, and it's like, Beast Wars!
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Fox Kids,
Yeah.
I remember the
High
Fox
school.
Kids and stuff. Yeah.
there was a portion of Beast Wars that I do recall liking, and it's
Beast
a bad
Machines?
memory. I don't know what the fuck it was, but they were running around, and they were trying to find,
Oh, that's Beast Machines, bro.
is that Beast Machines? They were just running around, they were trying to
Beast
find
Machines.
Primus or some dumb shit.
No, yeah, that's not Beast Wars.
That's Beast Machines.
Beast Wars
That was-
it wasn't just Dinobot. You also had Tarantulas. Was this real sneaky, lot of backstory. It's all
He was the
writing.
new Starscream,
It
dude.
boils down
He was
to
basically-
writing.
Yep.
He wasn't even
There was-
Starscream though, because he
They came up with some crazy shit like this is
They
in
had
the
to rough stuff
future,
for
but it's
him.
in the past, and like
What was
you know,
this shit? What was this
Beast
shit?
Machines
with-
like a kind of a hit.
this is past.
Because you had Prime, he was meditating,
That's Beast Machine.
and then you had this plant.
We're talking about tarantulas right now, lover.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
Beast Wars, they're from the future, past the whole Great War shit with Optimus,
Hold your hand,
but they travel back into the past to the point where the Ark had crashed.
Yeah, Megatron
And
goes back and they try to kill
They're
Prime. and-
all frozen in stasis. That's when Beast Wars is happening.
Either I'm like really drunk, or it's just hot as fucking slavery in this bitch, dude. Like seriously. So
What?
it's fucking hot. So what the
It's getting
fuck?
uncomfortable in
Everybody
here.
just got quiet. Did you just hear everybody get quiet?
So what the fuck is the one where Megatron is the fucking the dragon?
That's Beast Wars.
That's Beast Wars, the
That's
last
Beast
season.
Wars.
It's the last
Okay.
season, right?
So I think that's the one I was actually watching, and I was kind of like feeling it a little bit.
Beast Machine, he ended up as Dragon, didn't he? But
He
he was
ended up
like
as Primal.
He wasn't in a closet.
well, he
No,
he
he
had like
had
a
this-
shell or
this
something.
He was the dragon, and he was trying to shed himself of his organic material, so he had the
See,
weird.
that was
thing.
Beast Machine was a weird. That's like a hippie one because
That one's
like I
the
said,
flower
Primal
transformer.
he was meditating, and then he had the plant.
Yeah,
They interviewed the writers for that
Rhino
series,
started
Yeah.
and they
Right.
explained it
Right.
by.
So
Right.
how excited are y'all guys to see you Beast Wars lovers? How excited are you guys to see
Primal?
Takara do that fucking Primal?
I'm all for
Fuck
that.
yeah! It looks like he walked off the screen.
Yeah,
That's
looks
a masterpiece.
I want to see that
Yeah.
thing in person.
I would
It
like
looks
to.
I'm
do
gonna
that.
get it.
I would like them to do.
No, you're
I know
not.
they will.
Get it.
I want to do
MP
Dinobot.
Dinobot
You know,
and
Megatron, Waspinator. I think it's gonna be
Voice
good. I
actors.
mean, it's gonna go to
You
another
think they're
level,
gonna do
another
like
level of people.
the whole line or whatever, the whole cast or some shit? Like, cause I don't want. That's the part I'm upset about. Like, y'all want to get the whole fucking.
I don't
I've
think
never
they'll do the whole
read
line
them
because there's some
overall.
obscure kind of Beast Wars.
No,
I don't
it's-
think they
The
could.
TV cast is only a few.
We can't even get a whole line of
Well,
84
that-
and
that's
That's what I'm worried about. Like, I don't want to see us go to like doing all these fucking
Here's
monkeys
the
and
problem.
giraffes and
Problem.
shit. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I want all that. I want the Autobot, you know, the 84, 85 cast
This
stuff
is-
first.
this
Oscar,
where
why
you
you
might-
ain't got
this
that
is-
fucking hot ass hoodie yet? I'm just wondering.
Those are fucking tanked.
He likes the Panthers.
Roger that.
This is why it might happen that way because Takara, Hasbro won't admit that it's their designer's failure that resulted in a drop in sales. with Shockwave. You know, I mean, I think it's been my opinion that MP has been declining in quality, starting with B. You know, just the little forearm gap. The forearm gap was the first sign, and then after that, you've seen a decline.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed
They're
that.
like, oh, sales are down. You know what? It's not us. It's them. They need something new. Let's try Beastwars. You know?
And I see them trying so many different things.
I am not really convinced.
Who was the designer for MP10? Do you know?
I've played with them. I've my
Yeah,
Do you have any
he's doing
connection?
stuff now.
I thought they changed
That's why.
designers.
What is this? How's it going?
That's why.
Hey, is the designer of MP10 doing the stuff now?
No.
No, they changed designers, dude.
No.
Did they? Okay.
He
The
died.
guy who did MP on ones.
He had brain cancer, man. He
Yeah,
died.
and see, the shit for me, the MPs went up when they brought the new guy on.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's just falling.
Well, he bought me like 30 cents.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
I don't think it's a decline. I think we addressed that a couple shows ago. That I don't think MPs are declining. I mean,
Yeah, they beat me up. They
you
bullied
have
me.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
coming
And I
out.
just want to chime in. That's a fucking decline, dude. It's a fucking decline.
What?
How was that going down?
Because okay,
Shockwave?
no. We see them rising with Shockwave, but then you see them bounce out decline with.
Well, I mean, you
Hot Rod.
can't be on top all the time. I mean, you're gonna have your hits and
You gotta switch
And
positions.
Shockwave is not hard to
Stop
do.
right here.
Oh
No, he's
shit,
not.
get
He's
it.
not.
We've only
Shockwave's
seen a
not.
little bit of the Hot Rod MP. We don't fully know what it's going to be like until we have it in hand.
Yeah, you
And
should
we've
bring
had
it
a few
Hasbro, by the way.
MPs that have surprised us that looked like crap at first, and
I
then we
disagree
held
on
them up
that
close.
Hasbro
MP
thing.
Ultra
You
Magnum.
sound just like Matt. You sound just like Matt right now. You said that
he
same
looks
exact
good.
shit on the
But I don't
show.
agree with the Hot Rods. When he can open his chest and it looks like, and he like droopy tits like I do, it's not. I don't. He's Hot Rod.
No, he's not a straight
He does
hot
not need that gimmick.
rod. Right.
I mean, yeah, he had it for 5 seconds in the movie, but he does not need that gimmick. So
Yeah, but
that,
he also had it in an episode.
Wait.
That's
You
the prime.
have
But
to-
that's like I said. Okay,
Hold up.
Wait,
Hold
seconds.
up. You guys gotta introduce yourself to top.
Oh, I'm Eric.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm Danny.
All right. What do you
So he had
guys do?
10 more seconds.
like in real life,
Just whatever makes you happy.
I'm Megatron.
property management.
Good job. There
I'm
we
a
go.
programmer.
There we go. All right. Point. Go ahead. Make your point.
I'm a hooker.
Well, yeah, and so he actually opened his chest and it was a burden hardest to bear.
Yeah.
And he took out
So
the
he had
Now you gave it back to
So
Prime.
10
right?
seconds. He had 10 seconds. I mean, I know, and a lot of people are grasping that one episode that they're doing stuff, and they're grasping that. But he still don't need the gimmick, and it just makes it. Like I said, it looks like it's a real elongated. I'm gonna get it.
Well,
'cause,
you're also
hell
arguing
Hasbro.
that he doesn't need the fishing rod, but it's a cool feature.
Give him a fish.
That's nothing more than Malibu Station
Can't
with
catch
a new
it.
hat.
Hey,
I'm going to use the fishing rod.
He does
I don't
have the
care.
Matrix.
Are you gonna catch a big one with that fish?
Huh?
Fishing rod?
Yeah, he is.
I get the shark to come with that fish.
Yes, sir.
I think it's gonna be good. I mean, it'll be alright.
Question for you guys. Do you think that we saw all of those fucking Rodimus Prime? Well, all of those. You have the DX9, and then you have who's the other company making the more than meets the eye?
SXX.
SXS.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
I've not seen anything else from besides the silhouette.
Blur. Have you played with Blur?
Oh, yeah.
Intercocking?
You know I play with Blur.
Yeah.
Intercocking. Only you would call that.
That
So
that figure is fucking
yeah, I love that guy, man.
breathtaking.
Yeah, the Blur's
So
pretty
do
good.
you think that they released they put those out because they knew that Takara was going to make that hot rod that we see
No,
coming?
I think they were trying to find a niche, and it was the comic book niche, and it
Which
wasn't
needs to
War
be
Within.
filled.
Where everybody's looking for niches now, and I think it's comics.
Well, Make Toys tried it with that manga mech series, but they're taking 2 years in between each fucking
Yeah.
Legends class figure to do one.
You need momentum.
Oh,
Yeah.
supposedly, according to some people here at the con, they're saying that Hasbro uses the same factories that some of these third-party companies do out there in Hong Kong. So they basically got to wait their turn. And since Hasbro drops that bag of money for us to go, there you go, it comes fans parts like,
Starcade.
we'd like to make a figure.
Starcade.
Oh, we have to wait for Hasbro. Okay, I'll wait right here. Forever.
And
Hold on. How the hell do you think, perhaps, I just have a theory, these third-party companies get their money to fund the projects? I mean, KOs, they're probably all the same people. Make some KOs of the stuff that they have the molds for because they're doing it for some other company. Pump those out. It's extremely high profit. And that's just cash in your pocket to fund your third-party product.
How many people bought the
that's
Rat
why he's
Pack?
our lawyer.
For one, what was it, 20, 30 bucks a pop?
Right. Rat Bat.
How many people bought that thing?
Are you telling me like somebody stole that? No, it was the fucking factory did that. And where'd they put that money? Right? The next figure.
Are we gonna say third party hot rod? Because everybody's not happy with this hot rod.
Man, put your damn phone down.
I wish Carrie wasn't proud of us. I wish they would just do it straight up.
We all wanted that hot rod, right?
Yeah.
And we got Rodimus instead. But and so I think that Takara sees that everybody wants a fucking hot rod.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. So you guys
I
are
can
going to
see
get
it.
a third party?
I see DX now probably make.
Well, there was already one independent little third party trying to do like some kind of either an add-on kit or something for their Lambor mold or a remold of the KO to turn him into hot rod.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, nothing came of it, but they were trying to.
That shit was trash.
That's probably why they were. But you gotta think like, is anybody going to do one? I was like, well, somebody already tried to start one, but
there's nothing released. No one knows if it was bad or good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like I said, it's a good day to be a transform collector.
Definitely, no matter what. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, somebody will tackle it. You know, you got these third parties coming in. These the ones that really don't need to be here, but they're trying. But they're going to be straight. They're going to be put to the side just like any other.
What blows my mind when it comes to transformer collectors is the people in a different type of fields of work that they do. We have a property manager over here, a programmer in the other. The last convention I went to in Orlando, I met a fucking neurosurgeon who was sitting there fighting the urge to spank it because he just scored a masterpiece Rodimus Prime for like $90. He's like, I got like 35 successful surgeries out of the way.
There was
I just scored this masterpiece hot rod. This is the best day of my life.
There was a guy today that on the dinner floor came to me like, hey, you do Brave Tour reviews? And I was like, yeah, I got no fucking subscribers. And he was like, he's a fucking bodybuilder. And you look at the guy named Ryan, shout out to Ryan, you would never think that this guy was a fucking toy collector. I love to see that shit, man. I love to see that.
It's like it's really surprising when we go into a convention like this. You meet other Transformer collectors, you get the bullshit, you debate over what's good, what's bad, what's fucking hot, what's not, whatever the case may be. And then it turns out at the end of the day, it's like, I met a guy the other day by the name of Maddie who's from Florida also. The fucker basically airs all the scores for fucking ESPN. And it's like, you got a lot of people here that partake in different types of trade in their personal lives, but it's the same thing. The one thing that unites us all is, whether it be your Galaxy Galvatron, which I'm fucking jealous of the price. Stop that. Or a Bot, or you buy a Carry, or you buy the Fanspocket Insecticon set, whatever the case may be. This shit brings us together because it gives us something that we all fucking love.
Yeah, I don't understand why we can't. I know why we can't.
You're like 4 times your size. It's like poppy that
Sometimes you just have to poke the bear.
Shut the fuck up.
The bear comes by, slashes you, leaves you at 20, and takes your toy.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, I don't understand.
What hand are bleeding out over there? Just let
No. That's the fuck. The fuck. There you go. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is why there's so many. I mean, if you're part of the Facebook, crowd, all that's the boards and all that stuff and everything, we just all can't get along. The Hasbro thing, the third party thing. We collect Transformers. We're grown men that collect toys.
And women.
You can't take this so seriously.
Racist.
I mean, it's just have fun. We're not here for very long on this on this earth. Just have fun. Like I said, don't take this stuff so seriously. They're toys, people. Quit griping about stuff like little stuff about. It's just not worth it. Just have fun. Like I said, it's a great time to be a collector, and just do what you got to do. Don't care what if you don't like Hasbro, that's fine. If you don't like third party, but just collect what you like. Just be,
Yeah, it's funny with
and stuff like this. With your reviews, and everybody's review, it's fun. It's just good time. I like this when we get together and you can just have a good time. And Transformers brought us all together, but it grows people apart too sometimes.
Does everybody have to have the same collection?
No.
Right? Isn't it nice to have diversity?
That would be boring. If we all had the same stuff, everybody'd be like, okay, I got that too, okay. But if you stuff like you said, like he was saying, he's got all this stuff, you don't see this stuff normally,
Yeah.
I have the stuff, but he don't.
Most people are clearing it out now.
Stuff. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of their stuff, and they're really good toys. I mean,
can I get a response from Hector before I ask 2 closing questions? Can I get a response from Hector? Mountain Dew nerd.
I got a comment.
Who's Hector?
I don't know who Hector is.
What the fuck was his name?
I don't know, he's a troll on our podcast who gives a shit because we tend to favor third party more than Hasbro products.
That dick!
Yeah. And so on the show...
I need to ban him.
So basically, he's been... Ever since I started making fun of him on the podcast, he's been kind of getting pissed because I make sure the guy basically is the type of guy that sits there behind a keyboard with only one hand on the keyboard and the other hand in his pants or behind a can of Mountain Dew. So,
but we tolerate people. We tolerate everyone. So you're allowed to have a voice. You can tolerate me. Yeah. And you can tolerate.
He's here. He's posted photos on his profile that he's been here.
I mean, if it's positive, negative, we take any criticism. Like I said, just have a good time.
Okay, so closing questions. These are not questions mean you gotta get the fuck out. I'm just saying closing questions. Because I gotta stop pushing record at some point. This shit's gonna get too long to even upload.
We take up so much time, man.
No, I love it. I can't upload all this shit. It's too long.
Turn this off, y'all better be out.
So here's my question. Like for me, I said earlier, I'm all about the hunt. The hunt is the most important part of the collection because once it hits the shelf, it's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Hunt, right?
The hunt.
Okay.
Like hunting. So
the hunt's kind of gone with retailing sucking.
And that's what I want to lead to. Okay, so we no longer have the ability to really, unless you're just a Hasbro guy, you don't really have the ability to actually get in stores and go stores for hunting. You don't get that feeling of, oh shit, I found this shit.
Yeah, there's a little section of the toy section now.
It's the delivery now.
Is it delivery?
The unboxing.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much.
Right, that's your excitement.
Yeah, it's like getting
When's it coming? When's it coming?
Yeah.
And I was on RC and I talked with them. I think with the Titan Wars, a lot of people are not gonna like it, but it's new molds.
Yeah,
it's new stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be good to walk in and see new stuff instead of seeing recolors or repaints and all that stuff from the Combiner War stuff or C-Dub. And but the new stuff, Titan Wars, at least is going to be new stuff. And people will walk in and say, oh, okay, you don't have to buy it, but at least you'll see new stuff. And I think that's going to be good. And I'm looking forward to that. I really, because like I said, there's a very small section of toys now. At Walmart, you got one row, and half of it's taken up by Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars, Bobby. But most of it's taken up. Transformers has maybe
Transformers has a couple pegs
until the new movie comes out. That's what we're gonna see.
And then you get that end cap in the fucking first quarter of that aisle
and all that.
You guys are
brand new shelf
movie toys this time. Come on, how many of you guys bought Sparkers?
It's not the hunt. Yeah. It's not anymore. The hunt is no more. I don't want to go in and find
Revenge of the
something.
Fallen was the last.
So you're waiting for packages. That's your hunt. Is to get a package.
I do have a hunt.
Ball of drum.
Even though everything's on the internet now, my hunt is checking to find the best price. Where can I get the best deal for the same thing? Everybody's got it.
Yeah.
But you're hunting, where can I get a good deal?
Or, it sucks, the worst end of the hunt, the reverse hunt, is where everyone else got it, but you ordered from the other guy. And
then you're waiting on it, like, where's mine?
Damn it.
But that's what happened to us at the Chosen Party.
Really? Where's my scraper? Where's my scraper? Everybody else got a scraper. Where's my scraper?
Well, see what happened is.
What happened? There was a flood, and our thing come in, and
Godzilla happened. They're like, oh, Gojira! No, it's the delivery for Chosen Prime.
Godzilla's like, when do you expect to get a man? We'll have them out by next week. I'm like, that's fine. I don't care.
Climate change solves it.
I ain't worried about it. It's fine. I was just giving them shit.
Greenhouse effect.
Does anyone else miss being able to spend $15 on a tank of gas, drive all over town, and find like whatever Wave 3, Wave 4 stuff is really hard to get?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I mean, that has been a gone aspect of our lives for about 10 years now.
Because and how important was that to you guys? How important was the hunt to you guys?
2007, 2008. That was a good time to go hunting with classic line stuff. That's what brought a lot of people back.
Yeah, but Matt, I didn't actually.
The hunt wasn't important. It was just exciting to actually win and find something. I'm glad I don't have to fucking do that anymore.
Really?
I love that.
I
love that.
You're good.
Going down the aisle and finding something and look like a little schoolgirl. My wife used to say something about that. I'm like, I found it.
I
found it. I love it. I dress up, yeah.
I'll never forget during Transformers Energon when I went to a Fry's grocery store and they had Energon Mirage there in a grocery store. I was like, score!
Yeah, but how shitty did you feel the 5 other times you went in and you looked on the pegs and there was nothing there and you wasted an hour?
That goes to the hunt because once you finally find that
shit, you throw the dice enough, you're getting
that excitement comes anyway.
It was good.
No, it's not the same. I mean, for me, it's not the same anymore. I mean, yeah, you get it, it's happy, but the box comes, and I really feel like it's taken my fucking obsession with buying shit to another level because now once the box is delivered, it's fucking over. Now I gotta order something else for another box.
Hey,
so
you
now
think
you gotta
you
get
got-
like fucking conscious.
That's a good point.
You think you got it bad? TCP is right down the street from me.
Yeah, this guy's got it really bad.
He gets
That's
the,
a very
he gets the
good
itchy wax style there.
Yeah,
There's a correlation between the hunt dying down and like our spending going up.
Yeah, because it's like a crack habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, literally,
You got
they
your
call it
kid.
crack
Maybe
habit.
you're disappointed
walk in to
4 out of 5
office.
times,
Come on.
but you actually
Right there.
satisfied that habit,
Yeah.
even though you didn't have a
Plastic
result,
crack?
and then you found it, and wow.
Yeah, that's what keeps me collecting Marvel Legends as shitty as they are.
I do too.
Because you get to drive around and you get to fucking find it. You got to find this fucking.
Because they're out. Marvel's big. Marvel takes up a
You
big
don't have to
section.
even try.
Marvel Legends kind of
Where
died
do you
after
live?
Toy Biz, but
Yeah,
that's
fucking
comic.
Minnesota, dude.
But it's
Zip
still
code,
something. I
that's
mean, Marvel has a big section, like the toy, like Star Wars does. Marvel has a big section, so you're gonna find usually a Marvel Legend sometimes. Now, I mean, they're clogged up now with the same waves and all that stuff. But it's something, and they're not bad for $20. I mean, they use the same mold just like Hasbro does, but
Well, see, they actually distribute their shit though. I went to Walmart. You know,
Those
the
fuckers
Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
I found 7 sets of that at my Walmart.
Wow.
7 fucking sets. And
Target has
complete
them.
sets of them.
Rhino-
Are you
Rhino
serious?
line.
You have 4 Transformers on the rack. Really?
because Marvel's always gonna say
Yeah.
Transformers. We don't, like I said, we haven't had a movie out for what last year.
And the Transformers movie is a
Yeah.
a
And the
serious
Marvel-
driver for those garbage ass Hasbro toys.
So
Is that Beast Wars?
it
No.
was
Yeah.
supposed to be.
The character's based on a Beast Wars character.
the
Air
female,
Racer's amazing.
female Air Racer.
Garbage.
Okay, Beast Wars. People actually, like, characters actually died. They fucking
No,
bit
that
the
concept I
bullet.
like. That I like.
Like, they
No,
fell in love.
Elbow, dude,
Like,
they fucking.
That I like.
right? They fell in love. Fucking kill both of you.
Yeah.
No, but they merged them
Yeah.
I
together.
want to say that makes the
Yeah.
show awesome. That makes the show awesome. When you
Yeah.
have like character development, like I'm a huge Robotech fan because the Maycross series and all that
You
bullshit.
just like people. Fucking hated. I hate people in Transformers shows.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. Like,
No,
we don't
Beast
want
Wars had
people.
no people.
Yeah, but they had
And that was the greatest series ever.
Fucking giraffes.
Not in the
No, not on the show.
Maximize. Oh my god!
Exactly, dude. Your fucking flesh is just
Can you
there.
imagine the proto-humans if they actually exploded?
Oh god!
What the fuck?
They're like transform. Everybody's like, no, I'm good. I don't want to transform.
We should transform it. No! No!
I got a better question for you.
sure.
I got a better question for you. I don't know if you read the comics. I did the more than me see that comics or Transformers comics. IDW shit, right?
I read it.
We're on fucking Cybertron. Why the fuck is there a fucking mouse? Why does Mousetrap turn to a mouse on fucking Cybertron?
Rat trap.
Rat trap, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. Why does
Because
he turn to?
Hasbro had a new toy they needed to put out.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
That's the problem. That is the number one problem with the comics now, which is why I'm telling you right now. Mark my words, that comic quality is gonna fucking drop.
It already has.
severely.
It already
And
has
Transformers.
severely, dude.
Ever
It's
since
not
Dark
okay.
Cybertron Part 1, that deluxe edition, you see that James Roberts, who appeared here at TFcon today via Skype as a Q&A session, basically wrote a note to the artist. I forgot. I really don't care his name.
Actually, that was Barber.
Was it Barber?
Yeah,
Oh.
Barber.
Nice.
Robert has been kept separate up until a point until now. Now they're starting to delve in on more than meets the eye title and be like, oh, we need you to include this too now.
Yeah, well, like, basically he had this one sentence there, giving orders to Barber, regards of tailgate. And he's like, when you draw tailgate, make sure you draw him like the toy. Which fucking
That's
murdered
bullshit,
me.
yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, if you ever read the original Transformer comics that Marvel released when they first came out, every fucking character in that comic book looked just like their toy counterpart. Ironhide was that fucking headless thing.
Yeah,
With
the cart.
Yeah, with the cart going, and Optimus Prime was never just called Optimus Prime. He was always called Supreme Commander Optimus Prime. Like they had the whole title every time they spoke to him. Supreme Commander Optimus Prime. Are you aware what the weather is like outside? No. What is it like outside, pal? Supreme Commander Optimus Prime. It's 79 degrees.
Supreme Commander Optimus Prime for $12.99 at Target.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that like a fucking last ditch effort to try and tie the tie the fucking source material.
They tried. Like, they got that
material.
Combiner Wars cartoon coming out, and all due respect with people who support Hasbro, I think that's going to be absolute fucking shit. Look what happened with Prime. If you were at TFcon today and you went to the Rick Alvarez panel, you understand that they don't give a shit about story. Mm-hmm. They give a shit about making money off of it. Let's be real here. When that first cartoon episode aired out, the first G1 cartoon, the things we all fucking love, they weren't exactly Shakespearean when it came to writing. It was nothing more than a fucking commercial to say, hey, you like this fucking Devastator? Hey, it's for sale. It's in this week's episode. Oh, the Wild Devastator's down. Oh, we got a fucking Menasor. Check that out. It's in this week's episode. That's what they're going to use Combiner Wars for, is to sell more toys. Not to tell a compelling story. This whole Prime trilogy seems about as fucking useful as taking a blind guy to a dart throwing competition.
That could be useful.
No, it can't, unless he's fucking Daredevil.
But in all fairness, though, isn't that what we dealt with as kids? We watched a big ass advertisement.
Yeah, that's all the cartoons was.
Yeah,
The commercial.
But now, like, you know, they what I've noticed so far is that
sold Jordans.
Huh?
Optimus sold Jordans.
So did fucking Megatron. He sold fucking Nikes.
Slam dunk.
But here's the flaw in that. Unless they're reaching out to collectors, and they're not really. Kids don't give a fuck about that shit. Cartoon or no cartoon.
They're not basing the new cartoon on.
Well, not today. When we were all children, it's safe to say we relied more on television. Yeah. Nowadays, your average fucking 6-year-old knows how to work a fucking smartphone.
Yeah, my kids don't give a fuck about that shit.
Your average 16-year-old can fucking animate a cartoon better than Ego Raptor or fucking Chris One-E O'Neill from fucking Newgrounds and shit like that, dude. It's fucking scary. They don't give a shit about some machinima series on the fucking internet. They don't. They're like, hey, that looks cool. I'm totally gonna buy it. You know, that's all that fucking matters to them. You know, and
video game here.
About this
we talked about it. I've said it a couple times on the show. Is all the video games, man. Video games are taking over. Like I said, people can work iPads, and all that stuff.
A lot of these video games
they're just not interested in toys anymore.
A lot
toys
of these
are going to be.
These are going to be phased out. You're going to have kids that no longer go to a Toys R Us to buy a fucking action figure. They'll download an app that might fucking, with the way the future's going nowadays, they'll download an app that can give them a 3D representation of freaking that BotCon figure right there. Mm-hmm. That's their toy. That's their new shelf. The shelves are going to be fucking gone.
They'll be like, can I play this on a game?
Have anyone of you ever seen a fucking kid in a Walmart, Target, whatever the fuck,
long ass time,
in front of a fucking Transformer section? Like,
no.
Oh, mama, I want that shit.
Long ass time.
I've seen people our fucking age in front of a goddamn Transformer section.
I got a session with Pete Sinclair, right? And he's a little interview section, and he's talking about. We asked him about the. I asked him about. Me and Jason asked him about. In his opinion, does Hasbro care about? Are they marketing towards the collector or the kids or what the deals? And we also asked him his opinions. Or does Hasbro care about third party? And he gave some real. He gave some real. I mean, if you guys are familiar with Pete, you know how he feels about third party. But he gave some real in-depth perspectives on fucking where Hasbro is with that shit. You know. But all in all, Hasbro supposedly does target collectors.
I think it's a load of shit. I think it's a load of shit. If I was there, I would tell that individual, you are fucking full of shit, because you can't tell me that you fucking aim at adult collectors with a masterpiece figure when your promotional images show a 15-year-old kid or a 9-year-old kid holding it. That doesn't tell me you don't give a shit about the adult collector.
But in all
you
fairness,
want a kid to play with.
But in all fairness, wouldn't it be a little weird if you were in a toy section?
You're absolutely no. You're absolutely right. I'm not an idiot. I know how weird it would be if it had.
I agree with you. But I'm just saying for the purpose of advertisement.
You can't have some big beard guy with a.
Just some guy like.
You know what it is? Yeah. Get my Mountain Dew and beef jerky.
Yeah, you know.
You're not going to have a guy wearing a fucking construction hat that holds 2 beers and straws going through his mouth.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it's like, on the other end, it seems like you're being a condescending dick to me. Yeah. When you're like, we care about our adult collectors, but here's Masterpiece Prowl being held by 12-year-old Johnny or Lucy.
And he don't know how to transform it.
Okay. Nor does he know who Prowl is.
Yeah, he doesn't know who the fuck Prowl is. You and I know who the fuck Prowl is.
Is he going to
He probably thinks Prowl is from the fucking old RID cartoon that lasted 2 seasons that no one talks about.
My kids, if it's not
Are you going to buy a toy that shows a guy like...
No, I won't. But at the same time,
I mean, that shit would creep me out.
Again, I'm standing by my guns here. It's condescending.
You find that
got a question for all of you. Would anyone be interested in blending the modern with the old by making like an Amiibo Transformers line, where you still get quality Transformers, but you can let them interact with your PS4?
Oh,
that'd be fine, dude.
That's what they're trying to do with the grid line, with the whole scanning the emblem thing for their app. It doesn't work.
Well,
Kids don't care.
That's because it's on the phone app, but kids love the Amiibo stuff. I mean, and the Disney Infinity, they gobble that stuff up.
Now you got Lego with their Stargate shit that they're doing.
And that's hotcakes.
Is that the Star Wars?
I mean, it makes
like
sense.
$15 for a little tiny
Put a
dude.
chip in the
I was
back.
looking at that in Target like, fuck's this shit.
It's not bad. It's really addictive.
Why are Legos this goddamn expensive?
Look, for a quick talk to anyone who doesn't know about Disney Xfinity and what it is, it's basically like you buy these figurines. If you buy the newest version of 3.0, you could use characters from the 2.0 line and 1.0 line. So you could basically have a game where Mickey Mouse is running side by side with fucking Anakin Skywalker fighting enemies. Or you could create your own world in what they call the toy box, which means you want a stage where it's like a whole open field and now you got this massive dungeon with like 80 enemies there. You can fucking make that now. If they were to do what you just fucking suggested just now, do with like an interactive Amiibo or Skylanders or Sky Chasers, whatever the fuck that game's called, stuff regarding Transformers, they would have win, but they don't. They won't do it because it makes sense, because they think that their way of doing things now is working.
Well,
and it's not.
That's why they wouldn't hire me in Hasbro, because I do something that would actually work and stuff.
Yeah, like you could sit there and tell me till you're blue in the face why Combiner Wars is better than third party. I will tell you Combiner Wars is nothing more than the fucking hat, the fucking helmet you put on one of those special kids, dude. It's fucking insane. Painfully simple transformations, and cut me the shit about productivity costs. I don't buy that for a fucking
They don't have
second.
productivity. I'm sorry.
I will say
You don't stay in business
Wars
that long. I'm not saying they suck.
Yeah.
I think Superion is the best fucking thing that they've ever made in the last 10 plus years I've ever bought from their product, dude.
You got Devastator?
Oh yeah,
I have the
completely agree
CW
with
Devastator. I think that's great too.
That's an awesome figure.
It's great combined, but individual bottles, they're disappointment after disappointment after
that shit's
disappointment.
not
How many of you guys are going to ever display that thing?
Barrett, stop.
Yes, you mean.
That shit's not awesome.
No.
not awesome, bro.
Now, if
You
leave
own
them-
it?
If you leave them
Yes.
combined,
Damn, the secret's out. That shit's not fucking awesome, man.
Oh.
The fucking the
if you leave them
Devastator.
combined and you leave
That's
them on
all
your
shit.
shelf, and you just walk in, G1 to the point. I hate G1.
That's-
He looks like it.
I fucking.
Apollyon.
Give me-
I'll take that.
Here's a knockdown.
Nobody
I
like.
fucking hate when people say that it's G1 and it's good. No, that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
is
Okay,
trash.
look at Apollyon.
Oh, it is
Everybody
nice.
says he looks.
I was going to say, that better not been my shit. I'd
He
be going
looks
to beat
perfect.
your
He's
ass.
a great statue. He's a wonderful statue. He looks good standing up there, but to play with,
Those are
nobody
parts
wants to
he bought for
transform.
his shit.
Well, yeah, because it's scary. And
Same
so,
thing with Devastator. He will
analyzing
never
all
see
of it
bot
now?
modes at all.
I was
Ever.
like,
but is it?
it?
But how is it?
G1
How is it? How is it? How can it be awesome? I don't get. I don't get motherfuckers like G1 Devastator. The fucking Combiner Wars Devastator is better than, I don't know, Gravity. But I see somebody in the fucking.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
No, I'm
I
not
never
saying you're
said that.
saying
He said it better.
I'm just saying,
But-
how does anybody make that? How does
Oh, I
anybody
don't
say
know.
that?
I mean,
That's
'cause
just
they're,
that's
you know,
just
they're
insane to me. You know what I'm
they're
saying?
third
Are you a G1 Devastator fan? Are you a Combiner Wars Devastator fan?
No.
Robert. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just telling you.
face like
Some-
No, I'm thinking whether Hulky's better than Generation
I'm just
Toys.
saying some Transformers
Hulk is
look
pretty
a
fucking
lot
good.
better just sitting.
Size
there.
doesn't matter, Matt. You
Yeah,
know
but
that.
again, if you have to, if it doesn't check all the boxes or majority of the boxes, how the fuck is it awesome?
Hey, you guys seen the Hulky, right? Am I the only one that just thinks, hey, articulated G1? It's about the same
We
goddamn
said the
size.
same- Robert and I said the same thing when we saw him on display. They were like, "This is a fucking G1 figure with
It's so
articulation."
fucking the size,
Beautiful.
everything. I'm like,
It's the
I
same
just
size.
think what I was trying to say. I just think that if you walk in and you just look at Devastator, just stand there combined. Like I said, you will never see robot mode ever. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
Look,
terrible.
bottom line, let me go back to what I was saying earlier.
Don't have to
before
do
we-
this.
Before we veered off, was basically this.
big holes. in
When
his
Hasbro posts a photograph of a 15-year-old or younger child playing with a Masterpiece figure, it's contradictory to someone like me. Because you know why? I don't see Fans Project fucking showing Intimidator being held by fucking little Susie Lou or Jimmy Lee.
Yes, they do. They
You
were
know.
making it.
Oh, shut up.
Ah.
They don't do that shit, dude. All their promotional
Good night,
images, as annoying and frustrating as a silhouette fucking is, or a prototype with plastic, different, strength plastics and shit like that, or the final test shot and color test shot, whatever the case may be, I don't see them doing that. They're showing respect to people like you and me, to me and you, saying, hey, look, we know you like this, check this dude out, because that's what this is about. You're not, a sound collector, if you're a smart man, you're not going to let a 6-year-old child fuck with your Intimidator set.
Flat out, here's one question for you. Where do they sell the MPs?
Huh?
Where do they sell the MPs?
And they sell them at Toys R Us. They do. But at the same time, they could make promotional images with just the MP figure.
That's where you find little kids, too.
That's where you find little kids and shove them up your butt.
Oh, look at Fear Corpse. He's melting.
Subway.
You didn't see, bro?
Mickey, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
I've been wrapped up.
Recording?
Yeah, it's still recording, but I mean, all
That
this
buzz
shit's
been off for the last hour. What are you
He's
doing?
like melting into the floor. Look at him. It's fine. He's like moonshine.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank y'all for coming, bro. No, thank y'all for coming,
That's
man.
good now.
We got fucking drunk.